Hello and welcome back to the Mastering the Keys series, where we're going to learn how to master playing in every key on the piano. Whether you're an aspiring music producer, a composer, a songwriter, or just want to get better at the piano, learning every key is very important. Many people say that each key has its own unique sound and emotions that are associated with it, so let me know what feelings you get from this one down in the comments below. Now the last major key that we looked at was A flat major, so let's travel down that circle of fifths to our next stop at D flat major. Now every time we move down the circle of fifths, we'll add another flat. In the key of D flat major, we have 5 flats, which are B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and now we'll add the next flat in the series, which is G flat. So let's break down the notes that make up the D flat major scale. Since the name of the key is D flat, the root note of the scale is also D flat. By following the major scale step pattern of whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, and half step, we'll get the notes D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, and back to D flat. Now let's take a look at how to play the D flat major scale on the piano. Some people prefer to cross their thumbs over or under when they're moving their hands. My piano teacher taught me to slide my hands up and down the keyboard without bending my thumb so I wouldn't injure it with extended practice. You can do whichever works best for you. I just like to use the shifting method. So starting in the right hand, we'll take our index finger, which is finger number 2, and place it on D flat, and we'll play D flat with 2, then E flat with finger 3. Then we'll shift or cross up so that we play F with finger 1, G flat with 2, A flat with 3, and then B flat with 4. Then we're going to shift our hand up again so that we play C with finger 1, and then land on D flat with finger 2. Then we'll head back down, playing C with finger 1, and then shift so that you play B flat with finger 4, A flat with 3, G flat with 2, and F with 1. Then cross over once more, playing E flat with finger 3, and then land home on D flat with finger 2. Again, those finger numbers are 2, 3, shift, 1, 2, 3, 4, shift, 1, 2. Then back down on 1, shift, 4, 3, 2, 1, shift, 3, 2. So be sure to practice that scale pattern slowly until you can do it at least 3 times in a row without making mistakes. Then you can start to work on speeding it up. Once you feel comfortable with that, we can move on to the left hand. Looking at the left hand now, find D flat and put finger number 3 on there. We'll play D flat with 3, E flat with 2, and F with 1. Then we'll shift up to play G flat with 4, A flat with 3, B flat with 2, and C with 1. Then shift up to land on D flat with finger 3. Then we'll shift back down playing C with 1, B flat with 2, A flat with 3, and G flat with 4. Then we'll shift to play F with 1, E flat with 2, and then land home on D flat with finger 3. Again, those finger numbers are 3, 2, 1, shift, 4, 3, 2, 1, shift, 3. And back down, we shift to 1, 2, 3, 4, shift, 1, 2, 3. Now we'll do that a couple of times until it's comfortable to play, then work on putting both hands together at the same time. Now let's set up our right hand with finger number 2 on D flat and our left hand with finger number 3 on D flat. And we'll play D flat, then E flat. Now the right hand will shift up to F, and then the left hand will shift up to G flat, then play A flat and B flat. Now the right hand will shift up to C, and the left hand will shift up to D flat. Heading back down, the left hand shifts down to C, then the right hand will shift down to B flat, then play A flat, then G flat, then the left hand shifts down to F, now the right hand shifts down to E flat, and finally we land home on D flat. Now let's do that again, but just a little bit slower. So starting on D flat, we'll play D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, and then D flat. Now we'll head back down from D flat to C, then B flat, A flat, G flat, F, E flat, and then finally land back home on D flat. And that is how you play the D flat major scale on the piano. If you're following along on your own piano, great work learning that scale. Now once you feel comfortable with that, we can go ahead and move on to learning the arpeggios. Arpeggios are just runs that play the root, the third, and the fifth notes of the scale, which in D flat major are the notes D flat, F, and A flat. Like with the scales, we'll want to learn the hands separately before trying them together, so let's start off looking at the right hand. Since we have two black keys with a white key in between them, we'll use our Oreo finger pattern of 2, 1, 2, 4 for this arpeggio. So start by placing your right hand index finger on D flat and manipulate your hand to have finger 1 above it on the F key. So we'll play D flat with finger 2, then F with finger 1. Then we'll bring finger number 2 over your thumb and use it to play A flat. Then we'll play D flat with finger 4, then shift your hand up to play F with 1, then play A flat with 2, and land on D flat with finger 4. Then come back down with finger 2 on A flat and finger 1 on F. Then shift down and play D flat with finger 4, A flat with finger 2, F with finger 1, and then cross finger 2 over your thumb and use it to play D flat. Again, those finger numbers are 2, cross, 1, 2, 4, shift, 1, 2, 4. Then move back down on 2, 1, shift, 4, 2, 1, cross, 2. Now let's take a look at the left hand, which plays the same notes but uses a different fingering. For this one, we start with finger 2 on D flat, and we'll play D flat, then F with 1, then shift your hand up to land with finger 4 on A flat, then play D flat with finger 2, and F with 1. Then shift up to play A flat with finger 4, and land on D flat with 2. Then we'll come down with A flat on 4, then shift your hand down to play F with finger 1, D flat with finger 2, and A flat with 4. Then we'll shift down to play F with finger 1, and finally land home on D flat with finger 2. Again, those finger numbers for the left hand arpeggio are 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, shift, 4, 2. Then back down on 4, shift, 1, 2, 4, shift, 1, 2. Now we can practice each hand separately very slowly until you can play it smoothly, and then try putting our hands together, which will look like this. Now if you've been playing along with this video, awesome job with those. I believe that arpeggios are often the hardest part of learning a new key, so it gets easier from here on out. And now we can talk about the 1, 4, and 5/7 chord progression. We practice these chords because the 1, the 4, and the 5 chord are the most commonly played chords in just about any piece of music, all the way from old classical pieces to modern rock or pop songs. By knowing how to play these chords, you can also pretty easily write your own song in this key. You'll most likely see them in the wild in triad form, which is just a fancy word that means a chord that's made up of 3 different notes. So we try to keep them down to 3 notes each when we learn them here, which is why you'll see in a moment that we remove that 5th interval from the 5/7 chord. In the key of D flat major, the major 1 chord of D flat is spelled D flat, F, and A flat. The major 4 chord is G flat major, which is spelled G flat, B flat, and D flat. And the 5/7 chord is A flat 7, which is spelled A flat, C, E flat, and G flat. But in order to make the chords fit a little better in our hands, we'll play the 4 chord in its second inversion, so it will be a G flat major chord that's stacked on that D flat, or the second note above the root, and it'll be spelled D flat, G flat, and B flat. The 5/7 chord will be stacked in its first inversion, which means that we spell the chord starting on the first note above the root, and we'll remove that 5th interval from the chord, leaving us with the 3rd, the 7th, and the root note of the chord, which is spelled C, G flat, and A flat. So the chord progression that we're going to play goes 1, 4, 1, 5/7, and then end on 1. So we'll play that 1 chord D flat major, and then we'll go to the 4-chord G flat, but spelled in its second inversion, which is D flat, G flat, and B flat, then go back to the 1 chord. Then we're going to play that E flat 7 chord in its first inversion, but without the 5th, which gives us the notes C, G flat, and A flat. And then finally we'll end by going back to that D flat major in its root position. Playing all of our chords back to back looks like this. Now, great job making it through those. There's just one last thing to talk about before truly mastering the key of D flat major, and those are the inversions. These are just playing the different ways that we can stack a D flat major chord. Starting off in the right hand, we'll play a D flat major chord in its root position with the notes D flat, F, and A flat using the classic 1, 3, and 5 fingering. Then we'll move finger 1 up to F and play the first inversion, which is spelled F, A flat, and D flat with fingers 1, 2, and 5. Then we'll move that right hand up again so that finger 1 is on A flat and play the second inversion of A flat, D flat, and F using fingers 1, 3, and 5. And finally, we'll move up to play that D flat major chord in its root position but an octave up with fingers 1, 3, and 5 on D flat, F, and A flat. Now let's look at the left hand where the notes are the same but we'll use different fingers. So we'll play that root D flat major chord with fingers 5, 3, and 1 on D flat, F, and A flat. Then we'll shift up to have finger 5 on F and play that first inversion with the notes F, A flat, and D flat with fingers 5, 3, and 1. Then we'll move up to have finger 5 on A flat and play the second inversion with A flat, D flat, and F using fingers 5, 2, and 1. And finally move up one last time, putting your pinky on D flat and play that root D flat chord an octave up with fingers 5, 3, and 1. Like all the other parts that we've gone through so far, be sure to play each hand slowly until you can play it without errors, and then try putting your hands together and playing them at the same time, which will sound like this. Now I know that I harp on a lot about working slowly through these things, but I promise it'll be worth it. If you can't play something perfectly at a slow tempo, you'll never be able to nail it at a higher speed. I spent way too long trying to fly through my music and just pretend that mistakes don't exist, just to eat it later when performing in front of others. I promise that all that sometimes mind-numbingly slow practice will be worth it in the end. So now with my spiel out of the way, let's go ahead and put together everything that we've talked about so far in this video. We'll do the scale, the arpeggio, the chords, and then the inversion. Now congratulations on mastering the key of D flat major. If you found this video helpful, please help out the channel by giving this video a like, and subscribe if you aren't already. As we're nearing the end of our key mastery series, let me know down in the comments below if there are other kinds of things that you would like to see me make videos about, and what other kind of musical content I can create for you. Now thank you so much for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for the next video.